Sometimes. All right, can you hear me now? Now you can hear me. Sorry. What I was trying to say is I'm running late because I'm doing the 9 o'clock newscast at Wesh 2. And so I had to drop the kids off at daycare and then rush to the station. And I don't know why, it literally took me an hour to get from daycare to the station. It's usually a half an hour thing. The only thing I could think of is just, um, everybody's getting back to school and they just don't know yet how to drive. I really don't know, but here we are. So anyway, apologies that it's late today. I hope you understand. And of course, I lost my computer connection. This is so much fun. All right, well, screw it. We're just going to talk until I can get that working. It's a beautiful morning. That much I can promise you. It really is pretty outside. If you've got plans to be outside today, all right, there we go. Here's a live look at our tower cam network. Looking pretty. It's going to be a pretty day. Port Canaveral tower cam. It was working a second ago. Whatever. I don't even care. We don't need graphics. We don't need no stinking graphics. Pretty morning. Temperatures out the door. You can see currently 80 degrees at Daytona Beach, 79 at Palm Coast. It's a lovely day. How you doing? Thank you for hanging with me. We've got plenty to talk about, of course. Tropically, we have Ernesto bringing all kinds of rain to Puerto Rico, even big flooding concerns to Puerto Rico. And we were talking yesterday on Wesh 2 News at 7 p.m. with folks that are there and kind of having to deal with the flooding conditions there. So certainly a less than desirable situation. Interesting how um, the situation in Puerto Rico still, because of Maria, kind of slow to recover um, from storms, even so light on the impact as Ernesto is. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Locally this morning, we're under heat advisories across central Florida. Those heat advisories are going to play into feels like temperatures that once again range in the like 105 to 110 category. At least this morning, it's nice and quiet. All right, so let's talk about temperatures around central Florida for the day ahead. We are working our way up to a 95-degree reading in Orlando, 50% coverage of showers and thunder showers. Yeah. Bellamp says it was enough time to fix things. Well, it's like I got it working and then this it was just like everything was dumping out on me. So anyway, we're fine now. We got it working. I think if I'm honest, I tried to start coffee talk too quickly instead of ironing out all the issues. So my apologies, it's my fault. I look like an idiot because I was an idiot. There you go. Dave says just moved back to Texas from Melbourne. The temps are almost identical. Yeah, yeah. It's hot. Here's the heat advisories for Central Florida. Basically, I-75 to the west is where we're under heat advisories today. So the Orlando Metro, Flagler, Volusia, Brevard, Western Marion, Sumter, Polk are not under those heat advisories. The rest of us are under those heat advisories for today. So just a heads up on that, okay? Now, that said, it's muggy, it's gross outside. First warning live Doppler radar showing a little bit of rain coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. We'll put this onto a lapse, and you kind of see that rain marching on in. What's interesting, though, is that Ernesto, even though it will be hundreds of miles away from us, it will actually impact our local forecast. Did you know that? Did you know that? The next couple of days, we're actually watching a little bit of a change. Look at the temperature. See if you can spot it. 95 today, 92 for Thursday, 91 degrees on Friday. Yeah. Humidity down just a little bit. Heat down just a little bit. Yeah, Ernesto's actually going to change our forecast a little bit. So let's talk about the storm system, see where it is right now. All right. As of the 8 o'clock intermediate advisory, Ernesto consolidating. Maximum sustained winds are at 70 miles an hour. Pressures at 991 continues to drop, so the storm system continues to get better organized. Official cone from the National Hurricane Center showing the storm system increasing in intensity, expected to become a hurricane Later today, expected to become a major hurricane as it approaches Bermuda, and then as it gets close to Bermuda, start to come down just a little bit. Does it directly impact Bermuda? We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. We'll have to wait and see. Um, Either way, it's going to be a storm system that will be impactful to our friends in Puerto Rico. Here's a live look at the radar data out of Puerto Rico, and I just want to kind of show this tail of moisture that is moving through this morning. And I know that we typically have folks that join us from Puerto Rico, so I'm curious if anybody's in Puerto Rico. How are things going there on the island this morning? Would love to get your feedback. If I wasn't working the 9 o'clock newscast today inside, I was actually going to try and talk to somebody that lived there on Coffee Talk, do a little chat. Yeah. So anyway, unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. But for anybody that's in Puerto Rico this morning, anybody care to share how we're doing? Heat, rain, and wind in Puerto Rico. Yeah. Canceled my trip to PR this week because of the storm. Dave over on YouTube said, yeah, yeah. Belanef on YouTube says, I heard lots lost power. Yeah, one of the things I'll go look at when I get inside is if there are any power. I'm sure there are power outages, but like, what does that actually look like? Marie says, my family does not have energy anymore and the river is out of control. See, these are all the worries, and the rains continue, continue, continue. I'm curious. Let me just see. I don't know if this will work, but I will dial up our first warning live radar. Obviously, we are, thanks to the curvature of the earth, we cannot scan Puerto Rico. But I'm curious rain, if the rainfall total product will work or not. Doesn't observed precipitation. Hold on. Observed precipitation accumulation. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to work in Puerto Rico because they're using the different radars. Okay. All right. So I was just curious if it was going to work. We'll have to, I can go in and tap into some of the local radar there to kind of get an idea of how much has fallen. It's one of those things. If I wasn't sitting in my car running late, I would have had all of this prepared for you for Coffee Talk, but obviously I'm not. So yeah, apologies. We saw the live of some family in the mountains, and it's light rain for now. I mean, it looks like there's some heavy rain there this morning. Flooding was definitely a concern yesterday, and that's just continuing to be the case as we look at the live radar out of Puerto Rico. Yeah. Jeannie says 70-mile-per-hour winds and all that rain is no joke. Oh, absolutely right. Yeah. Elliot says, did some digging yesterday in Bermuda because of Coffee Talk. They are British overseas territory. They have UK Navy resources on the island. They build houses out of coral rock after getting three big hurricanes in the 1710s during the golden age of piracy. How interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Love that. I mean, I don't love piracy, and I don't love that they have to potentially deal with a big system, but love the added information. Renee says, "Peeps, prayers for our peeps in San Juan." How about the whole island? Anna says, "No power for 99% of the island. The river, East Coast, flooding everywhere." Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Does power so poweroutage.us is a website that puts out. All right, so the Virgin Islands, 43,000 without power. But I don't know that they track. So the Virgin Islands, it looks like almost 100% of the island is without power. So to give you an idea, Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority has about, again, according to poweroutage.us, and I don't know why I don't see Puerto Rico on here, but that's a whole other story. They are tracking 50,000 or so residents, and of those 50,000 residents, almost 46,000 are without power. That's significant, right? So I'm curious that they are tracking the Virgin Islands, but not Puerto Rico. That seems odd to me, but hey, I don't make the website. Myra Riviera says Puerto Rico and Isabella, we have power and water. Okay, that's good. That's very good. I have a friend there. She still has power right now. Good, 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 good. Carol says, I love history. Thanks for sharing. Today's National Code Talkers Day. Oh, interesting. I love that. Catherine, thank you very much, my dear. You're the biggest bright spot of the beginning of our days. Mother Nature sucks. Sorry. Hey, I mean, Mother Nature definitely can throw us some curveballs, so I feel you. I feel you there. Yeah, Frank, Alaska's on there, so why isn't Puerto Rico on there? I don't know. So anyway, crummy weather for our friends in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands today. This lifts north away from them. But what's so interesting is how on the back side of it, watch all that moisture and watch it pull that dry air in right there. Late this week into this weekend, it's going to pull some dry air in, and then we get back into the moist air. Yeah. And then there's a couple of other little waves of energy, like a big slap of energy around the 24th of August. Nothing organized tropically, thankfully, but there's definitely some indicators there of some drier days and then some not drier days. Good times. All right. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Questions, comments, concerns? I know it was a little quick today. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Traffic. And then what am I doing? I don't even know what my shift is tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, dayside. Yeah, okay. All right. So tomorrow's good. Tomorrow's good. Is there anything lurking behind Ernesto? Yeah, we can look at the models. Let's see here. We'll go to the full basin view. This is the GFS. A little something out there in the middle of the Atlantic. Kind of fades though. Lots of high pressure, y'all. Listen, it's not over until it's over, but like when everybody went with this like super hyperactive season and we were forecasting saying that those numbers would be dialed down just a little bit. Like not below average and above average season, but our numbers when we put out the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast, our numbers were definitely on the lower end of things. And you know, there's some indication as to our pattern playing out the way we had suspected. Yeah, around the 18th, we start to bring that moisture back in. There's the Euro trying to throw a couple of other waves out there on the 23rd, 24th, 25th in the open Atlantic. Let's look at the Euro AI model again. And again, if you're curious what the track record is with the AI model, I have no idea. It's new, so we're just looking at it kind of together here. Lowered pressure around the 20th, 18th, 19th, 20th around Florida. May get a little something or other. Let's see here. Jeannie's asking who does this certifying. Remind me, I don't even know what we were talking about. Certifying. What were we talking about with certifying? So the AI model's showing a couple of look at that. Like toward the end of the cycle there, the AI model's showing a couple of waves. Interesting. All right, let's look at some ensembling. GFS ensemble. Okay. All right. This so there's Ernesto. Could scrape the Canadian Maritimes. Look at that. Some of the ensembles are bringing it a little further west. There's that Bermuda High. And then look at that. Like that's the 29th. Some of those ensemble members showing something. Showing something out there. I spy with my little eye a couple areas of low pressure. So around the end of the month may have something to watch. Let's pop over here. Look at the European ensemble. I'm waiting for the text message from Kellyanne. It's like, bro, you know you're doing the 9 a.m. show? I know I'm doing the 9 a.m. show, Kellyanne. All right, here's the European ensemble. Ernesto. If I was the Canadian Nova Scotia friends, may have to watch a little something. That's as far as the 60 goes. Let's switch on. Couple ensemble, even a couple right in here. Southeast around the 23rd. And then look at how by the 28th to 29th, there are definitely ensemble members showing stuff coming alive. Hmm. Hmm. Very interesting. Hmm. Very, very interesting. Look, to me, I would just say that like we need to keep our eyes on the Atlantic because there does look to be like a little bit of a break. But then there does look to be more stuff trying to develop, which makes perfect sense. We're working more and more into the peak of hurricane season. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. I know it's gonna be a little quick today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? How we doing? Looking good? Robin says it's a great morning. It is a great morning. Today, heat advisories published. High temperature 95, feels like 105 to 110. 50% coverage of storms. I forgot Futurecast was barred with being late and then technical problems. Let me dial up the Futurecast so that we're covered here. All right. All right. Here we go. This morning looking good. Look at how by 1:30, 2 o'clock, though, bubbling up some showers and some storms, continuing through 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then through the metro, 5, 6 o'clock, particularly metro off to the south. All right? All right. Sounds good. Questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? You got it. We got it. Toyota, anything? You let me know. I want to be here. Let's chat. Wind and rain in Puerto Rico, yes. Hurricane Man over on YouTube says, have a friend in the northeast part of PR and he recorded 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Oh, Vault, there you go. Yeah. Do a throwback here and get those highlights. Oh, from my Hurricane Charlie days? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. All right. Sound good? All right. I'm gonna go in. I will see you on TV for WESH 2 News at 9 a.m. on CW18. Matt.